Okay, awesome. Hey, good morning, yogis. Oh, it is like hot and humid, and I just feel like, bleh. So anyway, nice to see you guys here today. I do take requests, and I do have a request for the class today. So for the Christian, it is foot behind the head. Now, I will do my best to make that work for everybody here. And if you're freaking out right now, don't worry about it, because I can't do it right now anyway. But I will give you ways to get there if that's something that you want to add into your practice. So, all right, Christine, this one's for you, okay? Let's go ahead and start in child's pose. Just take a couple of breaths here. Check in with the breath and with your thoughts and ideas that you might have about your practice this morning. Expectations. And then begin to notice how the body moves with each inhale and each exhale. Begin to lengthen both sides of the breath and create that space between the inhale and the exhale. And between the exhale and the inhale. So there's no rush, no gripping. Notice where the weight of the body meets the floor. So just going through this little checklist of how you can show up and be really present throughout the entire practice. These simple elements of the awareness of the breath. Begin to push actively into the floor through whatever part of the body is touching the floor. Push and begin to draw energy up. Lift the pelvic floor even here. And breathe fully and quietly. And keep this breath with us as we move through the asana practice. No matter what you are facing, whether it's a challenging sequence or pose, or your story of what you can and can't do, or what you're good at or not good at, this same breath will always send that message to the nervous system that says everything is just fine. Go ahead and reach out through the fingertips here, yogis, and start to walk the hands over to the right side. Lots of length on one side, compression on the other side, just to observe how the body moves with each breath here. And walk the hands back to center and on over to the other side. Walk the hands back to center, yogis. Keep the hands shoulder width apart, and we'll start to do these little modified sun salutations that we do before every class, just to strengthen and develop those currents. So push through the shins, let that pop the torso out, lean past the wrists a little bit. Push and lift and lean. Don't even worry about the breath. The breath is secondary. The breath comes after the physical body in a lot of systems. In the 8 limbs, it comes after asana. In the koshas, it comes after the physical body. So we have to respect that and make the breath secondary. This time, push and lean and bring the gaze forward and inhale when the body's most open, when it makes the most sense, and sink the hips and exhale. Push and lean and inhale and bring the gaze forward. Sink the hips and exhale. Push and lean and inhale. And bring the chin and chest down in between the hands. Exhale. Pull forward onto the belly. Squeeze the elbows together behind you and inhale. Sink the hips and exhale. Push and lean and inhale. Exhale. Pull forward and inhale. Keep your hands right by your waist or lift up to up dog. And one more time to balasana. Exhale now. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Lift the hips and exhale, down dog. So you can walk in place a little bit, move the hips side to side, take one leg up behind you at a time. You know what to do. Check it out. Breathe the same way. We're not doing anything. Walk the hands back to meet the feet here, yogis. You can cross the arms. Let the neck relax. Let the head hang. And then walk the hands toward the front of the mat. From your down dog, inhale forward to a plank position. Let the shoulders come out past the wrists. And exhale, maybe onto the belly or Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, lift the thighs up. And exhale, down dog. And walk the feet up to meet the hands. You can keep the feet hip width apart or bring the toes together here, yogis. A little bit of space between the heels. Internal rotation. Start to push down through the feet and push so much that you can't help but to roll on up to vertical. Lots of internal rotation here. Really actively take the heels apart and then push the shins away from each other, right? So the more, once you start to externally rotate from the knees down, that activates everything and kind of naturally lifts the toes, helps to develop that downward current. Excuse me. Push and start to draw energy up, lift the arches. Those two currents that are always with us, a downward current of manifestation and the upward current of liberation. Push and draw energy up and lift the kneecaps. Push more, lift up through the thighs. Lift the inner thighs, and then come back to that lift at the pelvic floor, Mula Bandha. Lift up out of the pelvis, lift the heart center, take the shoulders down and back, and then press the palms together actively at the heart center so that you create space in the armpit area. And integrate the shoulder girdle, and then come back to that awareness of the breath. So now we've got these two currents, upward and downward, and then you have this horizontal current, this current of in and out, of giving and receiving. And it's where these four currents meet. It's kind of right around here that we can move from in the practice. We'll go through a few rounds of Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, reach up overhead and push through the feet. Exhale, keep the legs active here, yogis, Uttanasana. Push and bring the gaze forward and inhale. Plant the hands, step back or hop back, Chaturanga Dandasana, or onto the belly, or Ashtangasana. Inhale, reach. And exhale, lift. And push the hips back toward the back of the room as you exhale. In this down dog, take the heels apart enough so that they're out of view. We've got that same internal rotation here. Lift the pelvic floor and reach through the sit bones. Same breath here. On the next inhale, bring the gaze forward, lift the hips, float the feet up, land softly. Exhale, Uttanasana. Bring the gaze forward, push and inhale. Come on up with a nice long spine, reach up overhead. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lift. And on the next inhale, yogis, float the feet up, land softly, finish that inhale here. Exhale, use the belly to pull the torso in closer to the legs. Push and inhale, come on back up, press the palms together actively. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Nice work, yogis. On the next inhale, lift the hips nice and high, maybe all the way up to your handstand. Land softly. Exhale, Uttanasana. Push and inhale. And exhale. Let's take a moment here to check in with the breath and with your posture. And go ahead and hop the feet hip width apart, sink the hips, plant the hands shoulder width apart. We'll come into Bakasana here. So, you know what to do. Keep the gaze forward. All right. Start to use the inner thighs to pull the inner thighs together dynamically. Maybe not physically, but energetically. Pull them together and draw the belly in, and that's what's going to lift your hips nice and high. And that's what's going to ultimately get your arms straight and with taking a little bit of the weight off the backs of the arms. Go ahead and exhale, take a vinyasa. We're going to work on crow a few times, okay? Just like always. Inhale, hop forward or step forward. Keep the gaze forward the whole time. Pull your feet up to your buns. And take a vinyasa. We'll do that one more time. Go ahead and hop forward. I just want to thank you guys for going on my back injury journey with me. Hope it hasn't been tedious for you, but it's been interesting to be able to do crow again a little bit. So thanks for hanging in there with me. In the meantime, you're in crow right now, and you're pulling and pushing and lifting and breathing. It's all the same. Crow should feel just like child's pose. So dumb. But I'm serious. Push and pull up more. Lift up more. Take a vinyasa. Land softly. From your downward facing dog, yogis, inhale, jump through to Navasana. Scoop the belly. Lift the heart center. So not so much squeezing the shoulder blades together, but that same integration that we have here in Tadasana, create that same integration here. So even do this, that might help. And then straighten the arms. Let the hands relax a little bit. Inhale, lengthen. Take a vinyasa. Inhale, jump through to Navasana. Lengthen the front of the body. A little bit of space between the heels, just like Tadasana. Same breath. That same breath that tells the nervous system, whatever, we're not doing anything strenuous. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, take a Vinyasa. From your downward facing dog, yogis, go ahead and bring the right foot forward. Push and inhale, bring the torso up. Keep the arms nice and wide. Reach and exhale, Utthita Trikonasana. So wherever this hand is, make sure you don't have a lot of weight on it. It's just there for a little bit of stability. If you push through the back foot more, forget about, if you're only stretching this leg, stop doing it. Push through the back foot and notice how that will pop the torso up a little bit. That's what we're looking for. On the next exhale, bring the gaze to the toes. Level out the hips and the shoulders, yogis. Move the back foot up just a little bit. Push and inhale, bring the torso up. We'll get some clasp behind the back, maybe Anjali Mudra, or just grab opposite elbows. Get lots of length and inhale. And exhale, come on into a forward fold. Check in with the shoulders. Push through the back foot. Mula Bandha. Inhale, bring the torso up just halfway. Release the clasp, and we'll come into revolved triangle. So you can keep your hand on the arch side of the foot or the pinky toe side. But start the twist from the lowest part of the spine. And allow the shoulders and the arms to just follow along for the ride. Draw into your center. Push through the feet. Stay with the twist. Start to move the torso forward and pick that back leg up. Revolved half moon. And exhale, bring the gaze to the toes. Bring that other hand down and then start to roll the hip up, roll the belly up, Ardha Chandrasana. Keep this top leg active. Yogis, start to bend the standing leg. Step back a little bit further this time. Maybe you can put your hand on the mat here for Utthita Parshva Konasana, or you can lift up, push down. That's going to bring the torso up. Bring the elbow onto the knee. All right? Either way, wherever you are, if you've got your hand on the mat, resist. Push the knee into the arm. Resist back with the arm. Push through the back foot. And same breath even here. If you've got your arm on the outside, bring it to the inside of the leg. If you're up on the elbow, go ahead and bring your arm under that leg, lift up onto the back toes. That's going to level the torso out. And start to lean forward, pick the back foot up. Ekapada Kaunanyasana B. So this Knee, the shoulder is way under the knee here. All right? It doesn't matter if you pick this foot up ever or pick the back foot up. You can even bend this knee a little bit. And then step right into Chaturanga Dandasana and take a Vinyasa. Nice work, yogis. Left foot forward, come onto the outer edge of the back foot. Push and inhale, take the arms wide, reach and exhale. Ulabandha. Same breath. Same space in the armpit area. And exhale, bring the gaze to the toes, level out the hips and the shoulders. You can scoot that back foot up a little bit, push and inhale, bring the torso up, any reverse clasp. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale. Squeeze the shoulder blades together behind you. You keep doing it. This is just these are those shapes on the left side where my back is sending messages that I should pay attention to. Push and inhale, bring the torso up just halfway, and then draw that belly in, yogis. Parivrtta Trikonasana. Push through the back foot. Stay with a twist, move the torso forward, and pick that back leg up. Revolved half moon. You guys keep doing it. Use that back leg more. I'm going to squeeze this butt cheek to lift it up. And exhale, bring the gaze down, yogis. Roll the hip up, roll the belly up. Ardha Chandrasana. And start to bend the standing leg. Step back. If you've got your hand on the mat, maybe you can leave it there or bring the elbow up onto the knee. Utthita Parshva Konasana. Push through the back foot. If you have the hand on the outside of the leg, push the knee into the arm, resist back with the arm. Yogis, if you've got your hand on the outside or on the elbow, bring that arm to the inside, shove that shoulder way under the knee, lift up onto the back toes, and we'll come into that arm balance here. Ekapada Vinyasa B. You can keep the back toes on the mat. It doesn't really matter. It's the shape itself that implies the name of the pose, named after a great sage, Kandinya. And then step right into Chaturanga. And take a vinyasa. Good job. Okay, nice work, yogis. From your down dog, go ahead and hop forward. We're going to come back into crow pose. Bakasana. Maybe land softly on the backs of the arms. Maybe hop forward and kind of futz around a little bit. Whatever. And exhale, Vinyasa. From your down dog, float forward onto the shins, push and inhale, bring the torso up, exhale, Ustrasana. Push through the tops of the feet and the shins, or you can tuck the toes under for a little less distance to travel. Either way, keep pushing into the floor. And push and inhale. Bring the torso up, plant the hands, jump off the top of the feet. Nice work, yogis. All right, so let's go ahead and go to the wall. We'll work on some inversions. Forearm balance, handstand, headstand, or shoulder stand. Whatever you want to do, okay? If you're kicking up or walking the feet up, you know what to do. Push and let that do all of the work. Push down through the, if you're coming into handstand, push and inhale. And exhale, bring the foot down. Push, inhale now. Exhale when you bring the foot down. So that same space on either side of the breath here. Push once you're all the way in it. Or inhale once you're all the way in it. Push and lift and inhale. And it'll just keep telling the nervous system this is a totally okay thing to do. All right, same thing in forearm balance. Same thing in headstand. It's always going to be a push and an inhale. We'll stay upside down for a few minutes though, okay? You guys know my email address, takeavinyasa@gmail.com. So email me, send me videos. If you want to keep progressing in your inversion practice, just let me know and I will help you, all right? It's so easy for me to see what you're doing and then make a video and give you some steps to progress. depending on where you are. There's no formula, there's no one formula. You just have to kind of know where you are right now. You should take me up on it. And stay upside down. You're ready. Stay with it. I'm just doing stuff while you're practicing. Don't worry about me. 2 more minutes, okay? At least 10 minutes every day on your own. Warm up a little bit, spend at least 10 minutes on your handstand practice or whatever inversions you're doing. 10 minutes will turn into 15. Breathe the same way. Push, inhale, Ulabandha, even here. About 5 more breaths wherever you are. Let's go ahead and meet up in down dog. Nice work, you guys. From your downward facing dog, inhale, jump through. And exhale, lie on the back. Inhale, lift the right leg up, grab the toe or the outer edge of the foot, and exhale, lift the head and shoulders up and reach for the other knee. This is going to keep the shoulders level. Keep both legs super active and pull more. Inhale, bring the head and shoulders down and go ahead and take that foot out to the side. So keep both buns on the mat. Take the shoulders down and back. We've got that space in the armpit area even here. If you are holding onto the foot and pulling that foot in, push through all 4 corners. That is why I grab the outer edge of the foot instead. You can use this other hand to anchor that left butt cheek. Inhale, bring the leg back up to center, yogis. Give that knee a little bow. And then you can bring this leg to half lotus. So we're going to mess around with a couple of things here. All right. If you have the leg in half lotus, you can, see if I can do this, roll on up. Not bad. Keep this leg in half lotus in the seated position or lie on the back. If you are in the seated position, Christine, you better be, then start to shove this shoulder under the knee. So foot behind the head is technically knee behind the shoulder, and then a lot of external rotation. So that's really required. So you can either, if you're, I'm going to demonstrate this lying on the back too, you can start to straighten this leg here. If you are still lying on the back, start to shove that knee behind the shoulder, even here, and then start to straighten this leg. So foot behind the head is really knee behind the shoulder, right? It's good to do this sitting up if you really want to get your foot behind your head. I have no business doing this. So knee behind the shoulder, lots of external rotation. Get that knee way back there, and then start to bring this foot in closer. So it's external rotation of the femur, not the knee joint. Oh my God. All right. And then you can start to take the foot behind the head. Your back's going to be really rounded. Your neck's going to be down maybe. It's a lot of work to start to lengthen through the front of the body if you are working on foot behind the head. All right. So if that's happening, don't worry about it. Lots of work to do. And then Christine, just email me and I'll tell you what to do next. If you are sitting up with the foot behind the head, go ahead and lie back down. Now we're in this cool position here. If you've got the knee under the shoulder, you can straighten the leg here or get that arm out of there. This is awesome. And then grab both sides of the foot here and start to bring that foot all the way down behind you. So now the arm is under the leg. Supta Trivikramasana is the name of this pose. Keep both legs active. Even if your leg is way up here and you're holding on to the foot with both hands, it's still Supta Trivikramasana, by the way. And then go ahead and inhale, bring that leg back up, and exhale, go ahead and release. We'll do that on the other side. Inhale, bring the leg up, grab the toe or the outer edge, and exhale, lift so that you reach for the kneecap. Bring the chin up to the shin. And pull. Use this arm, use the core strength, not stretching the back of this leg. You want to lift and compress. Inhale, bring the head and shoulders back down, and then go ahead and take that foot out to the side. Keep this butt cheek on the floor. What's more important, getting the foot down or keeping both buns on the mat? Let me know. And how about the integration of the shoulder girdle? Mula Bandha. And inhale, bring that leg back up to center, yogis. Give that knee a little bow, and then bring this leg to half lotus. So it's like pigeon, only lying on the back. That's awesome. And then keep this leg here. If you want to come up to sitting, just roll on up. On that side. So this is also really effective, getting that external rotation of the femur, if foot behind the head is where you want to go, and then start doing all of that stuff. Get the knee behind the shoulder. That's all foot behind the head is. Knee behind the shoulder, external rotation of the femur. too often it comes from the knee, and then you just jack your knees up, all right? Let's get that shoulder there. You can start to straighten this leg. You can also do this lying, oh, that wasn't bad, on your back. Really shove that knee behind the shoulder there. Start to straighten this leg. Do it better than I'm doing. Keep that other leg active. So we're not just like hanging out here in some passive, horrible position. You have to really keep all of those same elements. We're going to energize everything, push into the floor through whatever part of the body is touching the floor, lift the pelvic floor, just like always, all right? You love this, by the way. All right, now you can stay where you are or get your arm out of there and think about Supta Trivikramasana. So you grab both sides of the feet and start to pull that foot down over the shoulder. Mine is crazy right now, but it's still Supta Trivikramasana because all of the elements are still there. Mula Bandha, space in the armpit area, and a really good sense of humor. My back is like going, so dumb. All right, anyway, bring that leg back to center. Inhale and exhale, go ahead and release. Two choices. Bring the knees to the chest, roll on up, take a vinyasa. Bring the feet all the way up overhead to halasana. Plant the hands, push back into chaturanga dandasana. Either way, we're going to meet up in down dog. And from your down dog, inhale, jump through. Exhale, lie on the back. Bend the knees, plant the feet hip width apart, push and inhale. Setu Bandha Sarvangasana. And exhale, come on down, yogis. We'll take a one breath rest. We'll do 4 more rounds, back bend of your choice, bridge pose or upward bow pose, totally up to you. Push and inhale. And exhale, come on down. Nice work, yogis. One breath rest. Push and inhale. If you're in bridge pose or upward bow pose, push in that direction, the same as you push through reach through your sit bones in down dog, that same angle. So reach through the heart center and push in that direction. Rather than just pushing straight up, which will create compression, push this way, which creates expansion. And exhale, come on down. Take a 1 breath rest. And then last round, yogis, push and inhale. And exhale, come on down. Nice work. Go ahead and bring the knees to the chest. You can take an easy twist. And take that twist on over to the other side. Bring the knees back to center, yogis. Level out the hips and shoulders, and then slide the feet away from you for Shavasana. Take a deep inhale. Relax the jaw. Let the tongue drop from the roof of the mouth. Smooth out that little space between the eyebrows. And slowly begin to bring the awareness back into the body. Notice where the weight of the body meets the floor. And begin to deepen the breath and take charge of the breath once again here. Move fingers and toes. Circle the ankles and wrists. And roll the arms and legs in and out. Turn the head to one side and then the other. Take a big stretch up overhead, yogis, and stretch in whatever way feels natural. Hug the knees to the chest, roll all the way over onto your left side. And then all the way over onto your right side, and come on up to a seated position. And bring your hands together at your heart center in Anjali Mudra, where we connect our everyday self, yogis, with our infinite self. We'll chant one Om, take a deep inhale. Om. We are all one. Namaste. Thank you for the privilege. Waheguru. And fearlessness and mercy at all times, yogis. That just is the way it is. So have a good one, and I'll see you next time.